I want to tell my countrymates that Armenia is moving towards a dictatorship. And just last week, Armenia was classified as an authoritarian government. So it is happening. So this is an emergency. So what did you think? Yeah.
Okay, I have a question. Tell me exactly during this change of constitution, what was the change and why, we're thinking that it changed to the worse, and why the Tashnaks are thinking it didn't change to the worse.
Oh, well, there's two things there, okay. Well, the Constitution was changed because Serge Sarkisian wants to retain power. And if he remains the head of the Republican Party, even if he's not in the parliament, so it's a parliamentary system. So there's no more president. So the party that has the most seats has the power. And it's always going to be the Republicans because they're always going to cheat in the elections. So he'll be the head of the party, he'll always have the power. What was the second? Oh, the ARF. The Dashnaks are part of a coalition in the government. So they go along with anything Serge wants.
Always was.
Always was. Officially, February 2016. But, yeah, okay.
I remember the times that I was there. The Dashnaks, they did the things that the chiefs told them. I was in election in Dashnak. That was cool guy, very nice guy. He said, "What can I do?" I said, "That's you, man. That's you who talks things." He said, "What can I do?" They told I have to do that like that. That's why I'm saying. It was in 1998, starting that time.
Wow. Anthony, say.
Yeah, this fake notion, Robert, I wanted to bring up real quick, and this political fog that ARF blows in everybody's eyes, saying that Tashnaknera Hayastanun Korchunik Tashnaknerinet America image, which is totally false. I think
English.
It's all the same organization. Secondly, there seems to be this understanding that somehow our issues are related when it comes to United States and European help, whatever it might be, related to Bashar Assad and Syria. Totally different part of the world, entirely different atmosphere. If the Syrian Armenians came to my house today, I'd open my doors and I'd sleep on the floor. I'd give them my bed. The country is open, so it has nothing to do with Syria. So we need to also add that balance there, that Armenia has totally different world of geopolitical situation compared to Syria. I've got nothing to do with the Syrian port war. So we need to also kind of bring it up once in a while.
How they're thinking it's
Any thoughts about observers? Anyone have a pro or con thought about whether observers would, from the diaspora, would be a positive or a negative?
Positive, 100%.
Okay, we have one positive. Oh, 3. Okay, good. 4, 5.
The problem is, there are 2,000 precincts, I was told. And my worry is that all these years, why haven't we been able to select
25 years.
Yeah, why haven't we been able to select 2,000 or 3,000 people? At least one or two in each precinct, to make sure that fraudulent activity doesn't take place. Why is the opposition not able to get this many people?
Because nobody is caring. I think.
Because why?
nobody was care about that. If somebody gonna care
Nobody
about
cared about it.
Yeah, if somebody gonna care
Now we
about
care
that,
about
I'm gonna do
add
something, yeah?
I'll add something to that real quick. I'll interject. I'm sorry for interrupting. It's not that they don't care, but we know all about the document that was recently discovered with Dashnaks having an agreement with the Soviets that they would rebuild that old Soviet bloc and keep the diaspora Armenians suppressed and oppressed, and any efforts that were made by any diasporan Armenian to speak against lands being given away or negotiations being made. This is all Dashnak effort that shut the diaspora up. And you can see the news today. I just lost, less than five hours ago, another 19-year-old in Armenia. Guess what ARF is talking about? A village in Spain called Baras or something like that, with a population of 240 people, recognized the Armenian genocide. Yeah, some 250 population village recognized the genocide.
I will say what I think.
Stand up, stand up.
The person who lived in a country all adult life, graduated university and working where it needs to be done. And I will tell you, I will ask you actually the question. You shot the movie, thank you for that. You're going second time around. I want your answer. I want to be optimistic that the people who live there, and I know how inside works, usually the sound of drum from outside, it's always pretty. It's all the same. When the people live in a country and they have a 17 or 18 years old who's in a military, they're scared for their child. For us, it's easy to blame why they don't go to the street, because it's not our child. We cannot.
You think the regime could harm their child?
Oh, definitely.
And
Who doesn't
has.
believe, Robert, who doesn't believe must be the child in his stage. Trust me. So even you go this year, even optimistic person, I don't think nobody can change the regime until the new generation, educated, well educated, from outside, all over the, not only the good.
From
LA,
outside.
From outside. Inside.
Diaspora.
Diaspora, but not America, because diaspora is not only United States. We have it Brazil, we have it Tokyo, we have everywhere. Armenians all over the world, they have to unite. Because just saying America, don't forget, the people from Armenia moved to America. So they know what it is. They barely make ends together to pay the bills here and support some family members there.
So what do we do?
So kind of a triangle, what we do, that's what I say, the new generation. I love people worry, but talk, it's not an action. A lot of people talk, but there is no actions. So even diaspora right now, I will see Tankyan if he's gonna be on the 29th, and I'm gonna address the same thing. Even he goes, he cannot change anything. Because I know the regime well, very well than he does,
Okay,
because
thank
he
you,
never
Robert.
lived inside.
Who else wants to stay on and say something? Okay.
The question was what we can do, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what the Israelis did.
No, I'm sorry.
The Jewish
don't
did.
Israel.
Don't bring Israel.
No, please.
Don't.
Why?
Because they have dignity more than Armenians do. Trust
They
me.
didn't have a land even, you know.
No, because
they now have
Israel is
land.
not greedy like Armenians. Armenians will
said that?
show up. I
Who said
do.
that?
Israeli, if thinks one child will die, they stand up together. Our nation doesn't have that. Our nation thinks only about the stomach, private home,
Don't
villa,
talk
and
about
that's
all
it.
nation, please.
Most of them.
One was
Excuse me, but
standing,
most of
Mush
them.
was standing, Sassoon was
That
standing. They
was centuries
fighting.
ago. That's centuries ago.
But
We're
don't
talking
talk
about
about
new
all
Armenia.
nation like that,
No,
no?
we are
Okay, we are.
Okay, take it outside.
Go ahead, Robert.
No more.
Wow! I didn't even realize you saw my hand. Actually, thank you so much. It was really amazing.
Okay.
I kind of have a question, which I'm trying to find a way to ask my question in a way that it's not so obvious what's my personal opinion regarding that
It's
question.
too late. Go ahead.
I know. It was a great production, but I believe you interviewed with a very small percentage of people in Armenia. Wow, I felt special. So, do you believe personally that Armenians as a country, as a culture, as people, as nation, are ready for democracy?
Sure.
Yeah.
I believe. Oh wow. that, but I believe it's extremely important, speaking of what we have to do, I believe that it's extremely important that we learn as a nation to have a functional communication with each other and to respect democracy in small groups as well. So I just personally think that most of the time we're having difficult times, even as Armenians when we get together. Even democracy and like equal opportunities are not present in a very small group of Armenians. So I think as even the new generation, I don't want to, I don't want to be disrespectful to old generation, but I think even new generation of Armenians need to learn a lot about freedom of speech, democracy, and build that. And that possibly can help the movement to move on. Just an idea. But thank you so much for everything you have done.
Someone else?
I have a question.
Gergen.
So now a group of diasporans trying to go to be observer. And the whole documentary was about observing, right? I mean, big portion of the documentary was. And one young girl actually succeeded, looks like. I'm not sure on her precinct if she was absent for 5 minutes or not.
Yeah, I think no, she wasn't.
That's very good observer.
That's the way they're trained. There's
Yes.
usually 2 observers together
Yes. So my question is,
with
now
cameras.
diaspora members trying to go. There is a campaign. We're gonna meet in USC in 2 days, 3 days. They think they can observe and under their observation, the election will be fair and free. My question is that possible?
Well, they're,
It's not possible because it's already.
Robert, it's not possible.
there's official training going on with people that know more about election than I think you and me. So they're going to try to do whatever they can to observe.
It's not only observing,
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Robert.
One more comment. When they do whatever they can, next day they must come with a statement. If they come with a statement saying, okay, we found this kind of
Yes, they will.
this kind of list, which will be dismissed, by the Central Election Committee. So with their statement, they signing off for elections. Free.
No. Their statement will show.
With this much irregularity.
So what's your question?
Now I'm saying they bear responsibility for the next day statement.
There will be a statement, and they will say the irregularities that they saw. They will say that this was not a legitimate election.
Can they do that?
Yes, of course they can, and they will.
Okay, I'm
And that's what they're going there for.
There is enough people.
We have copies of the film if anyone wants to purchase them. They're $200 usually, but only today, $10. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming. I really enjoyed sitting there with you all. Thank you. Oh, about the observer mission. If you want to go, here's some information.
Take a photo of that. Let's come with John. Good.
No, it's up here. We have it.
Բարեկոմության բարեկոմները պատրաստել են ցանկացողների անունով, վաճառում ասելավով, եթե ցանկացողը ճար մեր մոտ կա, եթե ասում եք։
One of my bosses, who I got the job,